Hi guys, it's your girl Chilly. We are moving on to a new zodiac series. What would make a certain zodiac sign break up with you? We are starting with Aries. Now remember, I repeat, this will not resonate with every single Aries, as we all have our own individual birth charts. You want to look up the Venus, Moon, and Mars sign when it comes to a person's romantic style and how they'll be in a relationship. Venus is what we're physically attracted to and what we take pleasure in. Moon is how we express emotions and how we feel emotions. And Mars is our sex drive and our sex style. So let's go ahead and get started. Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is the ruler of action, aggression, and sex. Aries is also a cardinal sign, so they're an action-oriented sign. They're also ruled by the element of fire. Fire signs are very passionate and very driven. Now, that being said, one of the reasons an Aries would think about exiting a relationship is that they feel that their partner is all talk and no action. For example, their partner could be talking about starting up a business for months, years even, and they never do it. Or they say, oh, I'll leave this job, such and such and such, and they never do it. The worst thing you can do with an Aries is to be all talk and no action. They also do not like laziness. Laziness is one of the most unattractive traits to an Aries. So if you guys move in together and you don't pick up after yourself, you don't contribute to cooking or make some type of contribution in the home. This goes for both males and female Aries. They don't like slobs. They don't like laziness. And if you're always switching from job to job to job, there's no steadiness there. They don't like that. So all talk, no action, and laziness, that's going to be a contributing factor for making an Aries want to break up with somebody. Another reason, they do not like pessimistic people. They are a fire sign, so they burn bright. So someone who's always constantly complaining or making an excuse or always seems to be down. Now, not saying a person can't be depressed or sad, because even Aries can get like that from time to time. But if this is their partner's mindset for like 80 to 90% of the time, it's going to drain Aries of their energy. And Aries don't like to be drained, not at all. So pessimism is another reason an Aries would want to exit a relationship. The next reason, they love adventure. They love excitement. Don't get me wrong. Aries will stay home and cuddle and Netflix and chill every now and then. But they'd rather be out experiencing life. So if their partner doesn't join them on their adventures, Aries is going to be like, well, if you don't want to join me, someone else will join me. If they want to do something like jump in the car and drive 2 hours away to go to a festival, you should be ready and down for that. Or they might even want to take you skydiving or kayaking or mountain climbing. If you would have to be up for these at least a good amount of time. If you don't want to follow Aries on their adventures, they're going to feel like you're dragging them down or you're holding them back from what they want to do. And Aries do not like to be held back for anything. The next reason, if their partner is constantly criticizing them, bossing them around, making them feel less than what they are, Aries, that would be probably the quickest reason Aries would leave, because Aries is very sure of themselves. They're confident in their skills and their abilities and what they can and cannot do. So when someone's constantly pointing out what's wrong with them or doubting them or not supporting them, Aries believes in themselves and they need a partner who also believes in them. So when their partner is constantly criticizing them, their partner is basically saying, hey, I don't believe in you, Aries. You can't do that. Aries is not going to handle that very, very well. The next reason, Aries is ruled by Mars, the ruler of sex. Now, Aries is a very sexual sign, very sexual. Their partner's sexual appetite needs to match theirs. Everybody has a different sexual appetite and style, but Aries tends to be on the high side. So if their partner is not down for a regular amount of sex, Aries will be out the door. Now, Aries doesn't see sex as entertainment or fun. It's actually a necessity in a relationship. Sex is love. Sex is an adventure that they want to be with their partner and join in. So you gotta have a good sex drive to be with an Aries. I know there's another reason, and if I remember it towards the end of the video, I'll make sure to mention it. But I'm going to go ahead and give you some signs when an Aries is ready to leave a relationship. Oh, I just remembered it. The next one, if they feel you're going to break up with them, they're going to break up with you before you get the opportunity to dump them first, because they want to be the winner. They want to be the winner in all things. They're very competitive, and Aries will not be dumped, so they'll dump you before you dump them. I also want to make sure I mentioned that. And also, going back to the competitiveness that I just said, they like to compete with their partner, but playfully compete in a nice way. But so if their partner is not down for the competition, Aries is going to get bored. Now, going back to what I said, they're the signs that they're getting ready to break up with their partner. If Aries stops fighting with their partner, they're getting ready to leave. Aries, again, is ruled by Mars, which is Mars, if you study Greek mythology, was the god of war. And Mars in astrology is the ruler of action and battle. So Aries actually enjoys fighting. In fact, they look at it as a form of foreplay because they love to fight, because they know the best sex comes after a good fight. So if they stop fighting with you, they don't take the time and effort to actually get into that debate with you, they stopped caring. Or if they do fight with you and they don't want to make up, they stopped caring. The next sign that an Aries is getting ready to leave, you'll text them, but they never respond. Yet, when you're with them, they're always on the phone. They're always texting. Next sign. Aries is the quickest one to rebound. They're the quickest one to find a relationship, because once they're getting ready to leave you, I guarantee you they have someone in mind, or they have a backup. So pay attention if your Aries is talking about a new coworker a little too much, or a new friend, or they're liking somebody's pictures on Instagram a little too much. They have a backup. So there's another sign. Last but not least, they openly ignore you. Even if you live together, they will openly ignore you. Oh, I forgot. They're not going to try to have sex with you anymore. They love sex and they enjoy sex. But if they try to stop having sex with you, they're getting ready to leave. Now, again, guys, this is not going to apply to every single Aries, because remember what I said at the beginning of the video. You want to look up the Venus, Moon, and Mars sign. So I hope you took this video for what it is. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. That supports the channel, and it just helps the channel grow and thrive. If you also want to support me in another way, I do have links to my PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo below. And make sure to follow me on Instagram. And now remember, your Instagram has to look like a real account, because if it looks suspicious, it won't get accepted. And I just do that to protect my followers, because I want to make sure that my Instagram is a positive environment and everybody's safe and they feel good there. Again, it's your girl Jilly. Peace. I love you guys.